Story disclaimer. This story is a work of fiction and is intended for entertainment purposes only. The content includes dark themes, horror elements, and fictional depictions of rituals and sacrifices that are purely imaginative and not reflective of any real-life practices or beliefs. Viewer discretion is advised. This video is not suitable for younger audiences, and parental guidance is recommended. The story does not endorse or promote any harmful behavior, violence, or dangerous activities. Please note that all characters, events, and settings are entirely fictional and created for the purpose of storytelling. Any resemblance to actual persons, living or dead, or actual events, is purely coincidental. Jackson and Kara's journey reaches its climax as they face their most formidable trials yet. Venturing deep into the mystical forest, they confront their deepest fears and make personal sacrifices that test their bond and resilience. As they fight for the powerful Hearthstone, dark forces, led by the Circle, threaten to engulf them in shadows. With stakes higher than ever, their courage and unity become the only hope to dispel the encroaching darkness. Will their strength and unwavering bond be enough to defeat their relentless enemies and protect the light, or will the shadows claim victory? The final battle awaits. As Jackson and Kara emerged from the temple, the sun hung low on the horizon, casting long shadows across the city of Abuja. The air felt charged with anticipation, a reminder of the battle they had just fought. "We did it," Jackson said, a hint of disbelief in his voice. "But why do I feel like something's not right?" Kara looked around, her senses heightened. "It's the darkness," she replied. "It's still out there, waiting for us." As they navigated the bustling streets, an unsettling feeling settled in their chests. Whispers filled the air, echoes of the Circle's malevolence lurking just beyond their perception. "We need to find the others," Jackson said, determination surging within him. "We can't face this alone." They made their way to a hidden cafe where their friends had gathered, a safe haven amidst the chaos. As they entered, the atmosphere shifted, filled with tension and uncertainty. "Jackson!" Kara, their friend turned, exclaimed, rushing over to greet them. "We heard about the battle. Are you okay?" "We are fine," Jackson assured them, though the unease lingered. "But we need to discuss what's next. The darkness hasn't gone away." As they gathered around a table, Jackson shared their experiences in the temple, the trials they faced, and the warning from the ancient being. "The Circle is regrouping," he warned, his voice grave. "We can't let them catch us off guard again." "We should strengthen our defenses," another friend suggested, eyes flickering with concern. "If they are planning something, we need to be ready." Just then, the cafe doors swung open, and a figure stepped inside, an old woman with eyes that gleamed with wisdom. "You've come to the right place," she said, her voice steady. "The darkness is rising again, and you will need all the allies you can gather." Kara's heart raced. "Who are you?" "I am Mama Neka, Asia," the woman replied, her gaze piercing. "I've seen the shadows gathering. They are plotting their revenge against you, Jackson and Kara. But there is hope." "What kind of hope?" Jackson asked, intrigued. Mama Neka reached into her satchel, producing a small, ancient map. "This map leads to the Hearthstone, a powerful artifact that can amplify your light and banish the darkness once and for all." Kara leaned closer, studying the map. "Where is it located?" "Deep within the enchanted forest," Mama Neka explained. "But beware, the path is treacherous, guarded by ancient spirits and the echoes of the past." Jackson and Kara exchanged glances, understanding the significance of their next journey. "We'll go," Jackson declared, his resolve hardening. "We'll retrieve the Hearthstone and protect our future." As they set their course, the cafe buzzed with renewed energy, their friends rallying behind them. They would face the darkness again, but this time, they wouldn't be alone. With their hearts steeled and the map in hand, Jackson and Kara set out toward the enchanted forest, surrounded by their loyal friends. The sun dipped below the horizon, casting an eerie glow over the trees as they approached the mystical boundary. "Are we ready for this?" Tand asked, glancing at the imposing entrance to the forest. Kara took a deep breath, her determination unwavering. "We have to be. The Heartstone is our only chance to confront the darkness." As they crossed the threshold, the air changed, infused with magic and ancient energy. Shadows danced among the trees, whispering secrets that sent shivers down their spines. "We need to stay close," Jackson warned, his instincts alert. "The spirits of the forest won't take kindly to intruders." They ventured deeper into the woods, the path winding and twisted. Glowing flowers illuminated their way, casting an ethereal light on the ancient trees that surrounded them. Suddenly, a rustling sound echoed through the forest, causing them to stop in their tracks. From the shadows emerged a figure, an ethereal spirit, cloaked in shimmering mist. "Who dares disturb the peace of the enchanted forest?" the spirit demanded, its voice echoing with authority. "We seek the Heartstone," Jackson replied, holding his ground. "We mean no harm. We are here to protect our world from the darkness." The spirit studied them, its eyes piercing into their souls. "Many have come seeking the Heartstone, but few have proven worthy. To obtain it, you must face the trials of the forest." "What kind of trials?" Kara asked, curiosity mingling with apprehension. "The trials of truth, strength, and sacrifice," the spirit answered. "Only those who are pure of heart and strong of spirit may pass." Jackson and Kara exchanged glances, the weight of the challenge settling upon them. "We accept," they declared in unison, their resolve shining brightly. "Then let the trials begin," the spirit said, gesturing toward the heart of the forest. "Follow the path, and may the light guide you." As they followed the spirit's directions, the atmosphere shifted, the air thick with anticipation. The path opened into a clearing, bathed in soft moonlight. At the center stood a pedestal, adorned with ancient symbols and a glowing orb. "This is the trial of truth," the spirit announced, its voice echoing around them. "You must confront your deepest fears and reveal your true selves." Jackson felt a shiver run down his spine. "What do we have to do?" The spirit gestured toward the orb. "Touch it, and you will be shown visions of your past. Face what you see, and speak your truth." With a nod of determination, Jackson stepped forward, reaching out to touch the orb. Instantly, a surge of energy coursed through him, and visions flashed before his eyes, moments of pain, regret, and fear that had haunted him. He saw the faces of those he had lost, the shadows of his own insecurities creeping in. "I'm afraid of losing everyone I love," he confessed, his voice trembling. "I'm afraid I'll fail them." Kara stepped beside him, her own fears surfacing. "I fear that I'm not strong enough to face the darkness, that I'll let everyone down." The orb pulsed with light, illuminating their honesty. The spirit nodded, its expression softening. "You've faced your fears. Now, embrace them as part of your journey." As they released their fears into the night, the orb glowed brighter, granting them newfound strength. The clearing transformed, the shadows retreating as they emerged victorious from the trial of truth. "Two more trials await," the spirit reminded them. "Stay true to yourselves, and you will prevail." With renewed determination, Jackson and Kara continued deeper into the forest, guided by the spirit's presence. The air crackled with energy, and soon they arrived at another clearing, this one filled with towering stone pillars and a fierce, swirling wind. "This is the trial of strength," the spirit announced, its voice resonating against the stones. "You must prove your physical and mental resilience." Before them appeared a series of obstacles, pits of darkness, walls of thorns, and fierce winds that threatened to knock them off their feet. "Stick together," Jackson said, his heart racing. "We can do this." They began navigating the challenges, the wind howling around them as they climbed, jumped, and crawled through the trials. Each obstacle tested their endurance, but they pushed forward, drawing strength from their bond. In the midst of the chaos, Jackson stumbled, feeling the weight of exhaustion pressing down on him. I can't keep going," he gasped, panic flooding his chest. Kara reached for him, her voice steady. "You can. We are in this together. Remember why we are fighting." With her words echoing in his mind, Jackson found a surge of strength, pushing through the fatigue. Together, they overcame the final obstacle, a wall of thorns that seemed insurmountable. "Now!" Kara shouted, as they combined their energy, their bond illuminating the darkness. The thorns burst apart, clearing the way as they emerged victorious. "You have proven your strength," the spirit said, its voice filled with pride. "One trial remains, the trial of sacrifice." As the spirit led them to the final trial, Jackson and Kara exchanged anxious glances. "What do you think it will be?" Kara asked, apprehension creeping into her voice. "I don't know," Jackson admitted, his heart pounding. "But we have to be ready." They entered a sacred grove, illuminated by a silvery light. In the center lay an altar, surrounded by ancient stones etched with cryptic symbols. "This is the trial of sacrifice," the spirit explained, its voice echoing in the stillness. "To prove your worth, you must offer a piece of your heart, a memory, a dream, or a cherished bond." "What do we have to give?" Kara whispered, fear gripping her. "The choice is yours," the spirit replied. "But understand, sacrifice is not just about loss, it's about understanding what you're willing to protect." Jackson felt a wave of emotion wash over him as he considered his options. Memories flooded his mind, the warmth of family, the joy of friendship, the love he felt for Kara. "I'll give up the memory of my childhood," he said, determination in his voice. "It's a painful reminder of loss, but I want to protect our future." Kara's eyes widened in shock. "Jackson, no. That's a part of who you are." "It's a sacrifice I'm willing to make," he insisted, his heart racing. "We can't let the darkness win." Kara hesitated but then nodded, her voice trembling. "I'll sacrifice my dream of becoming a healer. It's something I've always wanted, but if it means protecting our future, I'll do it." As they approached the altar, the energy shifted, the air thick with emotion. They placed their sacrifices upon the stone, the memories swirling into the ether. In that moment, a radiant light engulfed them, illuminating the grove as the spirit spoke. "Your sacrifices have strengthened the bond you share. With this light, you will carry the essence of what you've given, making you stronger in the face of darkness." With the final trial behind them, Jackson and Kara stood together in the grove, feeling the weight of their sacrifices. The spirit gestured toward a hidden pathway that led deeper into the heart of the forest. "Now, you will find the heartstone," the spirit said, its voice filled with reverence. "But be warned, the darkness will seek to reclaim what you've gained." As they followed the path, the atmosphere grew thicker, the shadows lurking just beyond the light. Jackson and Kara exchanged determined glances, knowing they had come too far to turn back. Finally, they arrived at a glimmering cavern, the heartstone pulsing at its center, a magnificent jewel radiating with brilliant light. "It's beautiful," Kara whispered, filling her voice. "Let's take it and protect our world," Jackson said, stepping forward to grasp the heartstone. But as he reached for it, a familiar darkness loomed over them. "The heartstone belongs to us," a voice hissed from the shadows, revealing the remnants of the circle. "You cannot wield its power." "Not again," Jackson groaned, his heart sinking. "We've come too far to let you stop us." The circle surged forward, darkness swirling around them, threatening to engulf everything they had fought for. But Jackson and Kara stood firm, their bond igniting a flicker of hope. Together, they shouted, channeling their energy into the heartstone. The light exploded forth, illuminating the cavern and pushing back against the darkness. As the hearthstone pulsed with energy, the darkness from the circle clashed against its brilliance. Jackson and Kara stood united, their determination igniting the air around them. "Now!" Kara shouted, raising her hands to channel their combined strength into the hearthstone. "We have to finish this." With a surge of power, they directed the light toward the circle, illuminating the shadows that surrounded them. The darkness writhed and twisted, fighting against the radiant energy. "Foolish children," the leader of the circle sneered, stepping forward. "You think you can defeat us with light? We thrive in the dark." "Not anymore," Jackson declared, his voice ringing with conviction. "We are not afraid of you." The hearthstone blazed brighter, fueled by their unyielding resolve. The darkness recoiled, shadows flailing as the light engulfed them, revealing the true forms of the circle. "You cannot stop the inevitable," the leader shouted, but their voices grew faint, drowned out by the power of the hearthstone. As the light intensified, Jackson and Kara shared a glance, their hearts synchronized in purpose. "We'll do this together," they yelled in unison. They unleashed a torrent of light that surged forward, shattering the darkness that had plagued them for so long. The echoes of the circle's screams reverberated through the cavern, fading into nothingness. With the darkness vanquished, silence enveloped the cavern. The hearthstone pulsed gently in Jackson's hands, its warm glow illuminating their faces. "We did it," Kara breathed, disbelief washing over her. "Yes," Jackson replied, the smile breaking across his face. "We protected our future." As they stood in the cavern, basking in the afterglow of their victory, the spirit appeared once more, its form radiant with gratitude. "You have proven yourselves worthy. The hearthstone is now yours to protect." "But what about the circle?" Kara asked, concern etched on her face. "Their darkness has been dispersed for now," the spirit explained. "But the battle against shadows is eternal. You must remain vigilant, for darkness will always seek to reclaim its hold." "We will," Jackson vowed, determination igniting in his heart. "We'll keep the hearthstone safe and protect our world." With a gentle nod, the spirit gestured for them to leave the cavern. As they stepped outside, the first light of dawn broke over the horizon, illuminating the enchanted forest in a golden hue. Together, Jackson, Kara, and their friends emerged into the day, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, united by their bond and strengthened by their sacrifices. "We'll always have each other," Kara said, her heart swelling with hope. "And we'll protect this light," Jackson added, holding the hearthstone close. "Together, we'll create a future free of darkness." As the sun rose, casting its warm glow over the land, they knew their journey was far from over. But with the hearthstone by their side and the strength of their friendship, they were ready to face the challenges that awaited them. In the weeks that followed their victory, Jackson and Kara worked tirelessly to protect the hearthstone, sharing its light with their community. The cafe became a gathering place where people came to share stories of hope and resilience. But as they basked in their newfound strength, a shadow lingered, whispers of the circle's remnants resurfaced, echoing through the streets. Rumors of dark forces gathering once more sent ripples of unease through the town. One evening, as Jackson and Kara closed the cafe, a figure cloaked in shadow approached them, fear etched across their face. "Please," the stranger begged, "you have to help. The circle is regrouping. They are planning something terrible." Jackson felt a chill run down his spine. "How do you know this?" "I heard them," the stranger continued, trembling. "They are looking for the hearthstone. They want to reclaim its power and unleash darkness upon the world." Kara exchanged a worried glance with Jackson. "We have to take this seriously. We can't let them take the hearthstone." "Where are they gathering?" Jackson asked, urgency rising in his voice. "The old ruins," the stranger whispered, glancing over their shoulder as if the shadows themselves were listening. They are trying to summon the dark spirits to reclaim their power. We need to warn everyone, Kara said, her determination igniting. We can't let them succeed. As Jackson, Kara, and their friends prepared for the confrontation, a sense of dread hung in the air. They gathered in the cafe, discussing strategies and fortifying their resolve. We can't fight them alone, Tant pointed out. We need allies, others who believe in the light. Kara nodded, her mind racing. We'll reach out to everyone we know. We can't let fear silence us. With a renewed sense of purpose, they divided tasks. Some spread the word through the town, while others prepared defenses around the cafe. As night fell, the atmosphere thickened, charged with anticipation. Jackson and Kara stood at the cafe entrance, eyes scanning the shadows for any signs of the gathering darkness. Suddenly, a low rumble echoed from the old ruins, the ground trembling beneath their feet. It's starting, Jackson exclaimed, panic rising in his chest. We have to go now, Kara urged, her voice resolute. We can't wait for them to gather strength. With their hearts racing, they rallied their friends, charging toward the old ruins, determined to confront the shadows once and for all. The moon hung high in the sky, illuminating the path as they approached the old ruins, a place once sacred, now steeped in darkness. The air was thick with foreboding, the atmosphere charged with malevolence. As they neared the ruins, the whispers of the circle echoed in the wind, chilling Jackson's spine. They are here, he said, his heart pounding. The group halted at the entrance, where shadows danced ominously. We need to stay strong, Kara said, taking a deep breath. We can't let them break our spirit. Suddenly, a figure emerged from the darkness, one of the leaders of the circle. You're too late, children, the leader sneered, their eyes glinting with malice. The Hearthstone will be ours once more. Jackson stepped forward, defiance radiating from him. We won't let you take it. The light will prevail. A surge of dark energy enveloped the leader, and they laughed, a chilling sound that sent shivers through the group. You think your light can defeat the darkness? You are foolish to challenge us. With a flick of their wrist, shadows swirled around, forming dark creatures that lunged toward them. Fight back, Kara shouted, rallying their friends. Together. As shadows charged at them, Jackson and Kara stood united, their hearts pounding in their chests. We can do this, Jackson shouted, determination fueling his every word. Together, they channeled their energy into the Hearthstone, its light radiating brilliantly. The shadows hesitated, momentarily faltering in the face of their combined strength. Keep pushing, Kara urged, extending her hand to her friends. We need to form a circle of light. As they joined hands, the Hearthstone pulsed brighter, illuminating the darkness. The shadows recoiled, but the circle's leader raised their hands, summoning more dark creatures to charge at them. They won't stop, Jackson grunted, straining against the dark forces. Then we won't stop either, Kara cried, her voice filled with resolve. For every shadow, we'll shine brighter. With renewed vigor, they unleashed a wave of light, pushing back against the darkness. The shadows writhed in agony, their forms dissolving in the brilliance of the Hearthstone. But the leader remained steadfast, weaving through the chaos. You think this is over, they hissed, eyes blazing. I will reclaim what is mine. As the battle raged on, Jackson and Kara found themselves face to face with the circle's leader, their hearts pounding in unison. The air crackled with tension, shadows swirling menacingly around them. You've caused enough trouble, the leader spat, dark energy crackling at their fingertips. You don't understand the power you're dealing with. Jackson felt fear gnawing at him but stood firm. We know the light is stronger than any darkness you can conjure. Foolish child, the leader thundered, launching a surge of shadows toward them. In that moment, time seemed to slow. Jackson felt the weight of their sacrifices, the strength of their bond, and the love they had fought for. Kara, he shouted, reaching for her hand. Together, she echoed, grasping his hand tightly. They channeled their energy into the hearthstone, its light blinding as it pushed back against the darkness. The shadows hissed and writhed, desperately trying to break free. Now, Jackson yelled, directing the energy toward the leader. The light surged forth, colliding with the darkness in a brilliant explosion. The cavern shook, echoes of the battle reverberating around them. As the dust settled, the darkness receded, leaving behind only silence. Jackson and Kara stood at the center, the hearthstone glowing gently in their grasp. "It's over," Kara whispered, tears of relief streaming down her face. The spirit appeared once more, its radiant form surrounded by an ethereal glow. "You have triumphed over darkness, proving the strength of your hearts and the bonds of your friendship." "Thank you," Jackson said, his voice trembling with emotion. "But what now?" "The hearthstone is safe, but the fight against darkness continues," the spirit replied. "You must always be vigilant, for shadows will always seek to return." Together, Jackson and Kara vowed to protect the hearthstone and their community, ready to face whatever challenges awaited them. As they left the ruins, the first light of dawn broke over the horizon, illuminating the world with hope. With the hearthstone by their side and their friendship as a guiding light, they knew they were ready to confront whatever came next, united against the darkness. The journey may have ended, but the legacy of their bravery and the promise of their friendship would live on, a beacon of hope for all.